Good morning, everybody. Today's our first ever morning coffee with Mike. Now, the whole purpose of this show is to talk to you daily, to be able to give you advice, actionable advice for your trading. We're going to be doing this show Monday to Friday, and we're going to be doing it right now at 9:30 every day. So you can book yourself on this show. All you have to do is just go to the link in my bio, click the little button that says Morning Coffee with Mike, and then pick a time. Tomorrow's guest, our first guest, is going to be Nikki. For today, we're going to be talking about trading part-time. Don't have a guest today. Today's the first one. So as you have questions, though, happy to answer questions as we go with this. But for now, one of the big topics that has been coming up a lot is making trading work part-time. To give you a little background on me, I've been trading for about 25 years, and most of it has been trading part-time. In fact, I would even go as far as to say that I'm still trading part-time because I'm writing books, I'm creating loads of content, I'm coaching people. Trading is just one of the things that I do. And you actually don't need a whole lot of time to do the physical part of trading, right? Like the actual research, the pressing orders, clicking buttons. That part doesn't take that long, and you could structure it around your life. One of the big things where most people go wrong when they're trying to trade part-time, and this is where I went wrong for a very long time, and so hopefully you could learn from my mistake. Well, one of the problems is that most people try to go from 0 to 90 in 3 seconds when they're trying to trade. So the other day, I did a survey about, what makes a trader, right? So is it when you open an account? Does that define you as a trader? Is it when you're trading for a couple of years? Well, what is a trader? And I'd say probably about a third of people surveyed said that you're a trader the moment that you open up an account. To a certain degree, that's true, but that also means that if you are just opening up an account and you're trying to trade, then you're also, you've probably heard this before, you're going up against the best people in the world, but it's also a lot like, you're walking off the street and you're going to perform surgery, right? Like that, nobody goes and does that. It would be just like if you had no driving experience, but you're going to go hop behind the wheel of a car and expect to be able to drive it. It doesn't work. And unfortunately, most people learn about trading the hard way, that it takes a lot more skill and knowledge to be able to trade well and trade effectively. So the first mistake that people make when trying to trade part-time is going from 0 to 90 in 3 seconds. The next thing that I would recommend for anybody that out there, if you're starting to learn how to trade part-time, type it into the chat, let me know. Hit that little like button, let me know that you are, that this applies to you. The next step for you is to learn all the different skills that are needed to trade successfully. And I've read lots, right? Like there's so many books on trading. It took me probably about, I'd say, 10 years before I finally got something down where I wasn't completely blowing up my account and I was out of the boom and bust cycles. And that was after reading a lot, and I'm still reading a lot. But what I've learned is that you need a variety of skills to trade well, trade successfully. It's more, you need analysis, right? Like that's the first thing that you probably hear about and learn about, and you're going to learn about technicals and things like that. You can use technicals. Technicals are very useful. They're not meant to predict the future. A lot of people seem to think that you're trying to predict things. I actually use it in a different way. I use technicals to help manage risk. Learning how to manage risk, that's another very important skill that you need to learn as well. So you need to understand analysis, you need to understand risk, you need to understand mindset. And this is a very near and dear topic to me. It's actually one of the things that my new book, The Trading Mind Wheel, is predicated on. Mindset is a lot more than just positive thinking. Mindset is our beliefs, and it's our beliefs about everything. And the way that I view mindset and view beliefs is that everything is really interconnected. So when you're looking to trade, you have certain beliefs about trading. You'll have certain beliefs about money. You'll have certain beliefs about yourself from our upbringing, from as kids. And all that can play a major role in our trading, especially if we are unaware of the different beliefs that we have. And that's what happens to so many of us. Well, nobody teaches this in school or it really talks about these kinds of things. But if we have certain beliefs about ourselves that we may have gotten from early childhood and they're running in the background on autopilot, they may manifest themselves in our trading unbeknownst to us, and we could continue to make the same kinds of mistakes over and over again, sit here wondering why. And a lot of it has to do with these sets of beliefs that are running in the background. So we've spoken about 3 skills so far, right? This is supposed to be a 15-minute segment, so can't go too deep on any one of these. But as far as mindset goes, the first thing I would say to improve mindset would be to generate awareness of your beliefs. So go and ask yourself, what are my beliefs about trading? What are my beliefs about money? What are my beliefs about myself? We literally have hundreds of these things, and you start writing those out. There's actually a set of questions that you could download for free from my website. It's on marrowwealth.com. That link is also in my bio. I call this thing the Trading Mind Decoder because it helps to defrag all of our beliefs. See what's there, see what's useful to us, see what's not useful to us. Keep what's useful, toss the rest. That's the idea. So you could go grab that on the website for free. Next. So we spoke about 3 skills. There's actually 8. I talk about those in my book, The Trading Mind Wheel. But for now, I want to say, well, what it's like to work and trade, right? Because that's a common problem or common challenge, I should say. If we look at things as problems, then they become problems. But the idea, the challenge of what it's like, the challenge of working and trading is, well, when do you place these orders? When do you do research? You're juggling so many different things. You're juggling a career. You have your 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, 9 to 7, like some people. Maybe you're working nights. Maybe you have kids at home. You're doing a variety of things. Maybe you're going to school. There's so much going on. How do you trade and trade well with all this other stuff going on? The thing that I would recommend would be to make sure that your trading aligns with these 3 things. And if any one of these 3 are missing, then that's where so many people run into problems. The first thing, any system that you're going to trade needs to align with your beliefs. That's why we spoke about beliefs first, and why I would recommend that you go over to marrowwealth.com and get that Trading Mind Decoder that's free and helps you defrag your beliefs and see what's there. Right, so your beliefs. Next, you need to make sure that your system is aligned with your goals. So figure out what your goals are. A lot of people think about monetary goals, but what are your goals for when you're actually going to execute this system? Right? Do you have goals of how long you want to spend doing this? Write out all those things. And then the third part is to figure out what you're able to reasonably execute. A lot of people think about the first 2, then they'll find some kind of a strategy, like let's say a day trading strategy that makes 40-50% a year, which is extraordinary. And then they find out that they can't execute the system well because they are in meetings in the middle of the day. And, if you think about these kinds of things later on instead of up front, that's where you waste a lot of time and have a lot of frustration, and it ends up costing you. So best to think of these kinds of things up front. Saw somebody buy a badge. Thank you for doing that. If you have questions, please pop them in and let me know as we're going here. Let's see, well, what else? So we've got about 5 minutes left. So again, if you do have questions as we're going, the best way for you to ask questions here live, I think that there's a little question button, at least I see it on my end. Click that. If not, type something into the chat. I see a lot of people popping in, popping out. Yeah, it looks like, Jarek said examples of beliefs. Jarek wants to know about examples of beliefs. Okay, so examples of beliefs. There's so many things that even the idea that that beliefs are controlling our trading, like that's a belief, right? So belief. I like to think of beliefs as the software that's running the show, right? So example of a belief would be, let's say you have a limiting belief about money, saying that money doesn't grow on trees, right? How many of us have heard that growing up? I heard that all the time. So if we have a belief that money doesn't grow on trees, and that's or money's hard to come by, and these are kinds of things that we learned and heard about frequently when we were kids. If we started to get those kind of beliefs, then when we go to execute trades and we are putting money up and we start to see our P&L go rapidly up and down, and we think that money's scarce, then that's something that can mess with our trading, because now all of a sudden we're in flight or fight mode based on these beliefs, and we might not even be aware of it. We're acting on it, but we're not consciously aware of it. Hopefully that makes sense. So something that we could do to start to get past some of these limiting beliefs is there's a few different ways to tackle it. The first is going to be to become aware of them, but separately, another thing that we could do is start to come up with tactics around beliefs like that. So let's say that you're watching this, and you have a belief that money is scarce, or you find that you have a lot of trouble putting money up or pulling the trigger on a trade. What you can do, and here's what I recommend, is that you start to budget money separately for trading, right? So you have your money for your living expenses, for going out, doing whatever, and then in a separate account, you start putting a little bit of money away for trading. It could be whatever amount is right for you, but you're earmarking this money specifically for trading. So that helps to create detachment from this pile of money from everything else that's meant for keeping the roof over your head, buying yourself a cup of coffee, whatever. And just in doing that, you'll start to see that you have detachment from your trading money versus everything else. Let's see, well, what else do we have here? We've only got, oh man, time flies. We've only got about a minute left here. So I think we'll wrap things up here. If you want to be a guest on a future one of these shows, again, we're going to be doing this every single day, Monday through Friday, at the same time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Click the link in my bio. There's times available. First one coming up tomorrow. First guest is going to be Nikki. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about, let's see, what did Nikki put as her topics here? Best way to backtest strategies, how to trade while going to school, and some questions about trading psychology. So we'll be on here talking like this, FaceTime, Instagram Live, and then we'll be doing that every single day. So if you want the opportunity to come and do that, click the link in my bio, book a time for yourself, and I look forward to talking to you guys. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Much love. Peace out.